It's time for the Ahlpsn All-Star Series here on LeagueGaming.com and the YouTube channel. Hi, everyone. TSibs with you. And joining me tonight is a familiar voice that you haven't heard for a while in the AHL. And he's joining me tonight to help us out call these games. Ducks fans, Waterloo is joining us on the broadcast tonight. Ducks, how you doing, buddy? Good to hear from you again.
Good. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. We're getting ready now to get a game going here. The first of 3 games tonight of the All-Star Series, as nominated by each team, captains and GMs, and then picked by the captains of tonight's game. So the captains of the games tonight, we have on one side, we've got Brian adores Liz and Dealmaker captaining one team, and on the other side is Cornect and Fishy Dangles. And so these two guys are bringing us the lineups tonight as we know it now. We've had some guys who haven't been able to make it tonight, so we've got some subs in who are nominated. So let's get you to the lineup if we can here. For the lineup of Brian and Deal, they've got Codester on left wing, Bertone at center, and Brian adores Liz on the right side. Left D is Phillies MVP from the Wolves, Patty Ice from the Rain on right D, and Dealmaker or Anderson also from the Rain in net for the team of Brian adores Liz and Dealmaker.
Pretty stacked lineup.
Yeah, well, Bert and Brian, of course, with the Manitoba Moose, so we know that. And, of course, Coaster's had a pretty good playoff so far. Well, he was having a good playoff, and certainly showed a lot of great talent this past season. So, yeah, absolutely.
Some Game 7 for them. Some series too. So huge contributor.
Definitely some stacked lineups going for this one. And on the other side, we believe what we have right now is Filthy Puck at center for Raj 11 Rangers on the right wing, and left wing is Sol to Cole. I believe we have Ajax on right D, Greeno on left D, and Dr. Nasty in net. So we are about ready to go, and I'm just giving the guys the okay to go ahead and start this game up. They're waiting for me.
Probably a good idea.
I enjoy Brian's title of his player today. I am never going to be Bog. There is not enough money you could ever pay me, Ducks, to ever Bog.
It's a loveless job, but you'd be good at it, I feel.
Well, or I would kill myself, one or the other. That's a reason why I didn't have children, Ducks, and this is why.
Any predictions for this game?
Well, I'll tell you what. Dr. Nasty on the side of Cornect and Fish, I mean, is a nice benefit for them. Sol has been a good scorer. I'm interested to see what kind of, in all of these games, what kind of chemistry these guys have on the ice, not knowing each other all that well. So it's going to be interesting to watch. And, of course, Bert and Brian have chemistry. They know each other well, and so that's an advantage for them. Patty and Phillies are certainly good defensemen who have had a lot of success. We'll see what Nasty can do in net, but I would kind of think the Brian Deal team, especially with Bertone and Brian up front, that to me would be the team that probably has more of an advantage, just because the offense will probably be a little smoother.
Yeah, for sure. I hope we see some of like how it goes like in the real life, where they just try to do like crazy dekes and dangles. That would be pretty fun to watch for sure. Yeah. Have Phillies go Bobby Orr a couple times like he loves to do.
Yeah, that will be fun. Phillies, his game, you look at his numbers and you don't see anything overly spectacular, but he's just solid. I mean, you look at plus minus, and to me, that's all that matters. And he's just tremendous in just playing the game and just playing defense, and
really consistent too.
Yeah. I mean, he's maybe a couple of seasons ago he'd throw more offense out there, but that's not his game now. He just plays straight D and plays it well. So now we have Jay Bask on right D for Ajax. So we'll make that change there for you. Otherwise, everybody else looks to be good. Or MT98 is going to play right wing in this game. All right. So he was scheduled for another game, but he will be playing in this one. And what's nice,
picking the All-Star jerseys, I like it.
Yeah, they're able to do that. So, and then of course on the other side, so you do see Bert and Brian with Coatster. I like that line a lot. Phillies and Patty Ice on defense, and Dealmaker in net.
Yeah, they should be able to do a ton of damage, but Dr. Nasty's a really good goalie. He's on my VG team too, so he's probably going to shut out a lot, but I don't know if he's going to be able to stop everything.
I mean, these guys are all stars in the AHL, Ducks, but how much did you get to see any of them come up and play an ECU game here and there? Did you see a lot of these guys that we've been talking about?
Yeah, I saw a lot of the Moose actually. Winnipeg, they're kind of an odd team. I'm sure you've seen it over the past couple seasons. Denzel likes to swap things a lot. Like he'll bring up people who don't have to go through NHL waivers, play them for a couple games and then just send them down again. And he likes to do that a lot. So yeah, I think I played against Bert before. Not sure about Brian in the NHL, but yeah, Bert he gave me a tough run for my money, that's for sure.
Game underway, and you see the first opportunity on net as Dealmaker makes the save. I want to thank everybody for tuning in on the YouTube channel. TSibs, Ducks fan Waterloo. We'll get some of the other guys in here as they're done with their games. I know we'll get Bert in after he's done with this game.
Awesome.
And probably Brian as well, although he'll be trying to make sure his line's all set, but he'll be in. And we'll talk more about these guys later. There is Bert. Coatster trying to get in front of the net. Pass broken up now. Bert Filthy the other way, but Patty Ice controls. He's got Brian ahead. Finds Coatster, but he can't get a shot off. And now Corn's team controls. Chance in front. Puck is loose and broken up. Looked like MT on the right side, trying to get in there. Just couldn't get a good clean shot off. Good face-off win for Bert. Brian's pass is intercepted. Good hit there by Bert. Now Brian and Bert have a 2-on-1. Good play coming back to help out was Greeno.
I saw Nasty jump over there to the side. I'm sure he's seen that 2-on-1 action a ton to expect what's coming out of those two.
This is like watching a high-powered drop-in, basically, which is a lot of fun.
For sure.
You see these every once in a while. If you do play drop-ins, you'll see a bunch of really good players all of a sudden. And if you're on the other side, you're basically praying that you don't get demolished. That's kind of how I'd feel like out there in net tonight if I was.
Oh yeah, as a goalie, you've got to be pretty helpless out there. When your defense stops playing defense, that's when it gets fun.
Another good opportunity there. Finally getting the puck out of the zone. MT trying to come back. Phillies, good defensive play, knocks it up. Now he moves forward, gets a pass, tries to maneuver a little bit, can't get through everybody. Bask wraps it around, and no icing on this. Bert coming back. Philly's jumping up to the offense now. I mean, might be giving him a chance to play a little low. Patty can't keep it in. And my guess is Ducks, we may also see a couple of fights tonight.
I hope so. Get a line brawl or two going. I'd love it.
Well, you know, Phillies is there, and it's not a league-sanctioned game, so you figure what's going to happen.
I remember way back in Season 5, the Barracuda and Stockton did it back when Userpick and Costa were back on Stockton. We did it for like one of your Thursday night hockey things, and it was it's pretty funny watching back because you didn't really know what was going on. You thought someone lagged out, but like everyone just dropped the gloves and started fighting. It was the best. I hope we see something like that again.
I'm pretty sure we will at some point. It might happen every game. You never know. Pass up. That is onside. Good pass to Coaster. He spins, but a good defensive play coming back to help out. Greeno there. Two good defensive plays by Greeno in this one, keeping it at 0-0. Under 3 minutes left to go in the first period. Coaster can't find anybody now. Back the other way. Comes Filthy Puck. He has a partial breakaway. And a diving attempt by Anderson, but he can't make it. And so it is Team Corn and Fish with the early lead. 18:03, the time of the goal.
By number 97, assisted by number 50.
Filthy getting the first tally of this All-Star Game series. And now to come back the other way, under a minute now to go. Intercept by Philly, but picked up again, and a shot, just wide by MT. Might have been partially deflected by Anderson. One more attempt, a couple of seconds left, off the post. Good try there by Sol, but not able to connect, and that's the end of the first period. 4-2 shots in favor of the Metro team, or Cornick and Fishy Dangles.
I think it's perfect that Cornick's team scores on a breakaway. The amount of breakaways I saw him score in Season 5 or Season 6 on the Barracuda was just crazy. I think probably about half of them were breakaways out of his 7.
Jay Beal on the YouTube chat saying we need to hear Duck's voice speak to us. So I think they want to hear.
Yeah, I have a couple of my fans out there. Just wanted to say hello to Patriot, hello to Beal. Beal, it sucks to see. I was waiting to see if you were going to be back in Game 7, but your team couldn't pull it through. His team just lost to Pittsburgh 4-2, but there's always next season, maybe with the Blues.
Yeah, a couple of interesting series going on there, and then the Calgary Colorado one with a couple of issues, or at least one issue in Game 4 that had to get remedied. So, these playoffs never go by without an issue, do they?
Seems like it, yeah.
Coates to the other way, gets free, stops with it. Still loose, Coaster still picks it up. Now again, out front, and there's Coaster with it. He loses control, and now MT comes back out with it. Sol throws one on net. Deal with the save. Keep calling him Dealmaker or Anderson. Either one of them is the same. Backhander by Brian. No good. Good save. And now Nasty kicks it out, which you would never see him do. Got dangerous there.
I like it, keeping it high-paced.
It's not like the All-Star game you'd see in the NHL, and I don't mean the LG NHL, I mean a real NHL, where you'd see a lot of scoring. There are a lot of good players here, so it's not going to be so easy to score. Nice check by Philly there.
It'd be cool to see if they could do it 3-on-3, but I don't know if that's possible.
Well, that's not a bad way to go about with an All-Star game, too. If we can get enough people to actually join in, that'd be kind of fun to amp up the scoring a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I think that might be. I'm thinking that might be Kornick who's playing on that left side tonight. Good play by Brian as he's able to move in on a 2-on-1 and gets a backhander in there.
Bog scores. Wow.
Yeah, that's his little message, and it just ain't gonna happen. Halfway through the first period, and it's tied. Second period tied at 1. Face off just outside of the zone for the Metropolitan team. Good check by Brian. Phillies controls. Tries to get fancy with his outlet pass. This is like a drop. Out front. Look, puck is loose. Good play by Brian to get up to Philly. He's going to control and move forward. Little leap with the puck, but he gets knocked off it. None of his tricks have worked yet.
Yeah.
Bert and Brian. Now Coaster controlling. Back to Brian. Tries to get in front for Bert. Can't get a shot off either. And now forward. Leaped ahead on a break. And again.
Another break one.
Deal. Able to stop MT that time with a diving puck, but good play with the D coming back. And again, goaltenders, I think, are going to play this as much as they can.
A lot like the real All-Star game. I like it.
Codes.
I just want to get this over with, I think.
Probably.
Especially with Game 7 going on tonight, Nashville-Winnipeg. Oh.
Good pass.
Whoever made the schedule.
Oh, yeah. Well, trying to get these done before our playoffs are over, so if we did it next Thursday, nobody would be around probably. Nice pass from Bird to Coaster to get him on the board in this game. 2-1 now for Brian and Deal's team. Now, good intercept, good play by Brian. He tries to get around or past Greeno, but can't do it.
Time of the goal, 17 minutes, 14 seconds.
Offsides, Metro team. Coaster, good poke check there. Nice play by Filthy Puck. He tries to move up with it. Actually, that might have been Kornick who made that play. No, it was Filthy, sorry. Patriot of Canada wants to join the call.
Oh, I think we should let him in. We need more French in this broadcast just to help with our
maybe you can
French,
translate.
Viewers. Yeah, maybe. You want him in here? I could add him.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Sure.
We'll get him in here. Trying to always put the names to the real players when we're looking at the chat and YouTube. And yeah, there's a lot of people who have come out.
yeah, when they have their like real names as their YouTube or like abbreviations or something, it's always confusing.
And despite what 4-H Pestilence says, I'm not his dad. And I'm not ever going to be anyone's dad, so unless I adopt you.
Hey, you never know. You never know. Yeah.
Why do I feel like one of these kids is going to show up on my doorstep someday?
Yeah. What would you do if someone just showed up and said, "Hey, TSibs"?
I would say, as long as I don't have one of my League Gaming T-shirts on, I would tell him I'm not TSibs.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey.
Oh boy, is that Patriot?
Patriot
Hi,
Canada
guys.
is here now.
Yes.
How's it going, buddy? How you been?
I've been better. But All-Star Game is a good show. Nice game to watch. Glad to be here.
Good to have you here. AHL misses you, but I'm sure you're enjoying the play up there in the NHL.
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying it. But I miss you guys.
How much different? Let me ask you. I mean, I haven't asked Ducks yet, but I'll get it from both of you. First, I'll ask you, Patriot. How much different of play is it between NHL and AHL? What do you think are the biggest differences?
I mean, when I was in the AHL, I was kind of in a powerhouse. So kind of like all of the plays we were doing, all of the dangles seemed to work. But up in the NHL, it's more of like positioning and where to be at the good time, right time, you know, and kind of hard. I had a hard time to adapt to that style of play.
I was lucky in my NHL season. About halfway through, I got reunited with User Pick and Pasta. So we pretty much played the exact same way we did in the AHL, and it worked. I think I went like 23-3-1. But yeah, overall, like the biggest difference is that like everybody's good up there. Like there's no bad players unless you play like the really, really bad teams. But like defensively, you can't just like walk through their whole team or whatever. But yeah, overall, it's about the same. But like if you're playing the high level AHL games, it's about the same as that.
Good opportunity there for Brian. Now gets it back over to Bird, who misses one wide and cleared out. Power play almost done for Brian and Deal's team. And now teams are at even strength. Yeah, the couple of games I've played, as a goaltender, in some ways, it's a little bit easier. And there's the kind of goal we've seen a lot this year. Good long pass, a good long shot. That really should be an easy save, and it pops over the glove of Deal. And Filthy gets his second goal of the game. Boy, that's just, that's happened.
Goalies love it when that happened.
It's happened so much in this game now, Patriot. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. The way of scoring are kind of bad now. It seems like it's bad rebounds and stuff like that. It's greasy goals.
Now, how much bitching are people doing in the NHL about this game? And there's another goal for the Corn and Fish team. How much is there? We hear a lot of it in the AHL. A lot of guys complaining in the shout box, and a lot of people are very disappointed with the game and how things have turned out. You hear a lot of that in the NHL too.
Oh yeah, after every game. Like if you go on at around like 9:20, 9:25ish, like when all the first round of games have finished, like it's pretty much just filled with that. It's pretty funny to read through. But some of them have good reason to complain. I think game 4 or 5 against like in the Pittsburgh versus Florida series, the overtime winner, let's see, who was it? It was Pittsburgh who shot the puck right at the goalie's pads, and then like the other forward just ran into Florida's goalie, and the goal counted. And the shout box was like insane after that. It was really funny.
We've had a couple of those kind of goals in the playoffs in the AHL too. We had a couple of them in the Eastern Atlantic series where between Hershey and Springfield, there were 4 out of the 5 games were in overtime, and I think at least 2 of them, and the one Hershey win were on those kind of goals where a long shot, goes over the shoulder of the goaltender and rolls in, and that's so hard to see that happen in a playoff game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A little timeout being called by Brian and his team. Try and get some momentum with a 3-2 deficit right now, 6:11 left to go.
Pretty good show we're having. Pretty good game. For guys that don't have chemistry, it's working well.
That's always the fun part of an all-star game, to see what kind of chemistry these guys do get. Obviously, there are times when they will play club and drops here and there with each other, but I don't know how often these guys have played with each other. I mean, having Brian and Bert on the same line helps because they've been playing all season together.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I'm a little surprised they are dominating like more than they are, just because they have that chemistry. But
back the other way, pass in front, and now penalty coming up on Brian and Deal's team.
Penalty to number 9, 2 minutes for slashing.
I think I'm delayed.
Now pass in front, blocked. Good play by Basque. Now gets it up.
1 minute left.
Minute left to go in the third period, and puck being controlled right now by the team of Corn and Fish. Another penalty. Now a 5-on-3 for them, and Brian heads to the box for a penalty. So at 51.8, they're going to have to get a tying goal with a 2-man disadvantage.
9 seconds.
at this point, I think you just leave like the forward at the blue line and just keep icing it to him. Hope he gets a breakaway or something. It's the only thing you can do.
Kind of like what Broski used to do all the time in every game.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of what I did a lot too. Like, as soon as your team gets the puck, just dart down the ice and pray.
Good try there by Koster. He gets tripped up now. That'll offset at least one of the players, and they'll get a face-off deep in the zone. 30.6, still some chance here to tie this one up.
Number 97, McMurphy, 2 minutes for Trippy.
Koster loses the puck, and now back the other way come the Metro team for Corn and Fish. Now Bert's pass, he threw it up for Patty Ice, but players were not on side. It looks like Patty's gotten into a fight. Can't tell who it's with. And there's another fight going on. So we're going to get a couple here at the end of the game,
go.
as we predicted. And the goaltenders are fighting, which we can't see just yet. But it's Nasty and Deal fighting. I'd like to see that one. That would be interesting. Let's see. We're getting part of that fight showing up. And it looks like Nasty got beaten by Deal. That might be the only thing that Deal's better than Nasty at. Yeah, I'll pay for that comment later, I'm sure.
The shots.
But yeah, as predicted, we're going to have fights every game, I'm sure. I didn't think Patty would be the one to start it, but he did with Greenhouse, so they fought each other. Still some chance here for a maybe a compy to score a goal and tie it up. 8 seconds left to go. One more chance maybe for Brian and Deal's team. Good quick shot. Nasty, I think, got a piece of it. The puck comes loose, but the time is up, and the team for Cornect and Fish win this one 3-2 over team Brian and Deal. So some good action and good quick play. Goaltenders kept it moving, but not a win for Brian's team, and unfortunately Brian
I think we need to grab Cornick for a post-game interview here.
Was that Corn with the game-winning shot?
I think so.
Let's see if I want to make sure that we get a chance to look at the final stats.
Sure.
And because I'm pretty sure that was Corn in there. If he got another cheap goal to put them ahead, he's already done that in the playoffs.
Yeah, I saw that. Wasn't it an overtime winner too?
Yes, it was. I think it might have been game 2 or 3. I'm not sure. 10 shots either side. That's kind of not of a lot, really. play time, on attack, pretty much, close a minute difference. Going to have a look at the player summary here as Brian is going to give us a shot to take a look at this. You see that Codester and Brian had the 2 goals. Filthy had all 3 of them, so that's right, he had the hat trick in this game. So 3 assists for MT, Kornick with a pair of assists. He must be shocked that he didn't score a goal in this one. But again, good game. Nice play there by these 2 teams. And hopefully we'll get on to the next game as soon as we can here. We will try and get these guys on as quickly as we can for the following game. Again, just looking at the play of this game, guys, we saw a lot of good play by a lot of good players. It's the kind of thing that you expect out of an all-star game. But yeah, the chemistry can always be a little bit of a problem if you're not used to these guys. But from what we saw, looked like it was not hard for them to figure out where each other was going to be.
Yeah, I guess when you're that skilled, you pretty much know where to go to have success. So it's I know when I usually play with other good players, there's not too much trouble figuring out where they're going to be or what they're going to do. If you know what to do in general, you're going to have a pretty good time.
And we had Kornick in there for Seoul, and I don't know if we're going to get a chance to see Seoul to Cole, but he is with the Marlies. Had a chance to play with him earlier this season, and that's that line of Seoul and Deer Hunter, along with Jay Williams, I believe, is one that's been pretty potent all year long. Unfortunately, they lost in the last round, but they've been a solid line. And when lines have that kind of really good chemistry and then one player winds up playing with some other guys, I feel like the more chemistry somebody has with guys they've been playing with all the time, when they play with someone different, it's got to throw their game off somewhat. I don't know how often that's happened to you guys, but when you wind up playing with different guys on your line, or you wind up playing in a different defensive pair, defense could be a little bit easier to deal with because you only have one other player you have to coordinate with. But Ducks, it's got to be a little odd when you're playing with a couple of other guys on a front line that you're not used to.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in the NHL, I found. I was lucky. I kind of played with the same teammates for every game. But when I did have to play with other people, it's definitely a bit of an adjustment. If you're all in the party and you can actually talk to each other and figure out where you want to go, it's not too hard. But like I said, for that first period and a half, it definitely takes some getting used to. Yeah, can be pretty frustrating when some of the usual plays you do, if you like to pass to the slot or something and the guy's not there, that can be a bit frustrating. But as long as you're in the party and you actually talk to figure out what to do, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Last season, Magic Man, my line mate, got called up in the NHL, and I was stuck with the goon Kornick on my line.
And JCap to make matters worse.
Yeah.
Oh.
We couldn't win the
so bad for you.
Oh no! Yeah, chemistry is huge.
Yeah.
Okay, I just sent an invite to Brian, and now I'm sending one to Kornick for the past post-game interviews. If that's all right with you guys.
Yeah. We'll get them in as soon as they're just trying to get their players together. I think we've got Kornick online now. Korn, you there? He might be talking on the game headset, but he is there. He's on the call with us now, so hopefully we'll get a chance to hear from him soon.
Kornick, are you there?
Yes.
Oh boy.
There he is.
Oh, here we go. How gooned are you? That's my first question.
How goon? Not too goon.
No? Okay.
No, not too goon, no.
So you wind up having to play that first game. Tell me what it's like to play in a line with a couple of guys that you haven't been playing with all season long.
It's a little bit different, but you see how the guys play, and you know that they're good players. Like, I didn't know Filthy Huck was that good of a player. Like, he actually really impressed me a lot. And I played with Tryhard a couple times. Actually, me and him got traded for each other this season, but he's a really good player as well.
And, of course, you got Bass coming in late. But Greeno made a couple of big saves in the first period that stopped some good opportunities. He was an AHL star a couple of seasons back and has been up in the big club and back down in the AHL now. He's always a good, solid defenseman. He has been for quite a while.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't played with him or against him very much, but looking at his numbers, and like, he's been a very good player all around. I'm pretty sure he's been up and down from the NHL as well. So it's kind of hard to get good stats going being up and down, but he's a very good defenseman. He really impressed me tonight as well.
Just waiting for the teams to get ready here.
How was your season, Cornet? This season?
My season's not over, Patriot.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
You're in the Calder Cup final. How are you feeling about that?
Of all people. Man.
Against one of the.
Are you feeling you got a chance?
Kudos. Obviously, you think you got a chance. We went this far. I mean, I don't think we would have gotten this far if we didn't think we had a chance or we didn't have a good team.
So you think the Thunderbirds can have their revenge over the Moose? Didn't they go to the Calder?
Season 5.
Yeah, season 5 with Kepler and.
Yeah, season 5. Yeah, and last season for actually all three of us. Actually, kind of a revenge type of thing.
Yeah.
They put out the Dream Team Cuda, and then we got called the choker. Then we got called the Chokers. So.
Man, I can't help think of what could have been if I didn't get the boot and Magic Man didn't get called up. Oh, but
yeah,
well.
if you didn't get caught cheating, you know what I mean.
A rampant cheater.
Oh yeah.
Rampant cheater.
Trying to get all the changes here on the lineup. We've got Babada in net for the Cornet and Fish team in this one. Barakov is helping out on defense as well now with Corey, or 72 as you might know him. Looks like Red Raiders.
I love me some Corey.
Yeah, we've got, let's see. Yeah, actually, I think I've got some of this backwards. Trying to figure out what we got here. So this is this should be this is Caddy's team, right?
It sounds so funny hearing him like this.
What? Oh yeah.
We'll get this on for you shortly once this game gets going. And it is about to get going. So we will switch over here and give you a chance to look at the game as these teams get ready to play. So what we've got on these two teams here are Deer Hunter, John Kenny, and CJ 58 up front with Caddy Wampus and Corey on the back line and Babada in net for the Pacific team, and which is the one that is in purple, moving from the bottom to the top of the screen. On the other side, Filthy Puck again with Matt the Cool Cat and MT back in net. Back on the right wing, MGML and Jay Bask on defense, and Red Raiders in net now.
MG. I like it.
MGML.
Yeah.
MGML, who had a good season in the AHL this past year, and good to see him back and doing well.
Over. Yeah. Wasn't it his team that had that forfeits turn against them or something because he had a teammate second tagging?
Yeah, second tagging.
Yikes. Oh, here's Brian.
Good opportunity there. Yep. is so we got Brian talking to us now. Is that it? Brian, you there?
He needs to find a mic.
He lost it from getting destroyed last game. He probably
Cornick with the chirps.
Hitting him while he doesn't have his mic. Yikes.
That's low. Did you fight last game, Cornick?
No, I was the only one on the ice not to fight. I was too busy drinking.
Typical Corn.
I was too busy drinking.
You wanted goals.
Were you a sniper build that last game?
Do I ever play anything else stuff?
Okay. No, just making sure. That might be the reason why I didn't fight.
Yeah.
How do you feel getting
gonna
more
go
assists than
Dangler,
goals?
but,
How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I
First
barely
time?
ever do that. I think it's the first time that's ever happened.
Classic.
I want to spread the wealth of the goal scoring tonight, right? It's all for the players, right?
Yes.
You know, we had some questions, Corn. It's funny because now that you Patriot mentioned your build, and you play a sniper, and I don't know if it was Croc or if it was Marks questioning that build because they felt like you get knocked off the puck too easily. Is that something that you have to deal with, or you don't find that's the case?
I definitely agree with them. I get knocked off the puck a lot. It's actually really bad for holding on to the puck, but then again, I mean, I don't really hold on to the puck a lot. I'm not the guy who always has the puck.
L2 and up, baby.
L2 and up, yeah, pretty much. I just, everybody in LG knows, I just try to score. So I'm not one of the guys who's flashing my thumbs or nothing. Legit, a sniper has negative hands and just junk at pretty much everything besides putting the puck in the net. That's it.
Brian,
John.
are you there?
Yeah, what's up, boys?
There he is.
Good
So,
game, Brian.
fun first game.
Lots of fun. Dr. Nasty was great, and Phillies tried to kill 25, 30 people out there. It was insane. he was a headhunter out there. Did you see it?
Well, we also saw him jump up and take a few chances offensively as well, which didn't pan out. But
A few?
It really is like playing drops with Philly because he does, in league games he's all defense. In drops or club he likes to jump up.
I remember, playing a club game with him recently, and I said, Philly, man, are you going to try? Come on. And he goes, Brian, it's club.
Philly's not one to hold back on what he has to say.
Nah, he's a great guy. It was a great game, and it was fun. I got my goal on Dr. Nasty. He was talking trash in our Discord earlier. I even knew I would go backhand. And I said, I'm going to dress it up a little bit just to make you think I'm going to do something different. And I still went backhand.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm going to have to grill him later.
Well, you better hope that doesn't demoralize him at all. Nice save there.
I'll wait till next week. I'll wait till after the weekends.
Nice save.
Anyways, Patriot Ducks, how's it going, guys?
Doing great. How about you?
Great. Awesome.
Good, yeah.
Not bad.
If somebody can tell
Winning.
Phillies he was playing like crack in that game, it'd be much appreciated. He won't like that very much.
Oh.
Yeah, you have anything to say to Cornet? I mean, you're playing him on Sunday.
I'm going to feel really bad breaking his heart again 2 seasons in a row.
Ooh.
Wow. The trash talk begins.
Fighting words. Yeah.
I mean,
I've been getting enough of it. Don't worry. I'm happy with where we made it. To be completely honest,
I just want to say that last season, all the people were against the CUDA. Oh, is it? Are people against the Moose now? 3 seasons in a row, and people don't notice the powerhouse.
I think the Wild deflected a lot of the attention.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
They did.
The Wild.
I don't know how the Moose get put under the radar though so often.
Yeah.
How did no one see that they're the best team in the AHL? I don't know.
Well, the Wild were so good too, right? The Wild were very good. I'm pretty sure that series went 7, if I'm correct, right?
6.
No, went 6.
Oh,
yeah.
did it go 6?
We wanted to give Sibs a night off.
I really didn't think I was going to get a night off last night. I thought for sure yours was going to go 7.
It's funny. I thought the rain would come out of the other series too, and playing San Antonio this week, I had no idea they had 3 really good lines. Like, they were a pretty deep team.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
Honestly, they might have been the toughest team I think they are the toughest team we've faced so far.
Wow.
No disrespect to the other 2 teams, but those guys really, man, they were close. They were close.
Yeah, all 3 of their forward lines are like pretty much the same, and they're all really good. So yeah, I know when they had to ECU for us, like, we didn't have any problem like using them as ECUs because they all played really well.
No score after 1. Second period underway. That's okay. We're going to talk right over this game because it's a lot more fun just talking to these guys.
Yeah, Dreamy is kind of a closet Moose fan still, so you better be careful.
No, he's not closeted about it. He absolutely was in the shout box the other day. And I tried to stir trouble with him.
In the St. Louis team chat, too, he was chirping Dewar and Codester saying the Moose are going to beat them. So, yeah, he's definitely vocal about it.
Brian,
He's got Moose blood in him, man.
Brian, I've been thinking. You've been dodging the NHL since 3 seasons now.
Wow.
3 quarters. Would you consider it now?
Actually, if you take a look at my NHL record, I deserve to be down here.
Yeah, you were on the
You probably take management, too.
To be honest,
that's how that works.
Yeah.
To be honest, Patriot, you should have dodged 2 by yourself.
Wow.
I hung in there all season 5. It wasn't the best season, but
Yeah,
there was a
but
nice little reward at the end of it.
when you're in a bad team, not much you can do.
Talk about that.
No, I'll probably do NHL this summer. I'll give it a test. I mean, the last season I played was summer, so
Good pass
maybe
in
it's a summer
front.
thing.
Yeah, nice setup there and good play for the first goal of the game coming from the Atlantic All-Stars. And so they take a 1-0 lead in this one. Yeah, it's first of all, Patriot would be a great investigative reporter because he cuts right to the chase. Absolutely does not try to be nice about it. He thinks you're dodging.
No way, man. This is
told me the same thing last season.
This is only my second full season in the AHL.
To be fair,
That's only my second full.
You Dodger too.
So
To be completely honest.
I'm looking forward to moving up next season.
Yeah, I was planning on moving up next season, but some scumbag GM.
Yeah, some idiot gave you a 2-season contract. Multiple contract. You and pitcher.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking for an opening, apparently from a post today, the Iowa Wild are looking for a new GM and AGM. So it sounds like there's going to be some management change going on there.
Taking it. I'm going in management.
Yeah, you and Magic Man, you gotta take it.
Oh yeah, baby.
Magic Man won't be allowed. They
I
won't.
can't even talk English. How will I do that?
You can talk traits in French, and Magic will do it in English. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's okay, Patriot. There are a lot of guys who are born speaking English, and they still don't do it that well.
Thank you.
I'm from Newfoundland. I met a lot of people like that. So.
Oh, nice moves there to get that puck in front. Second goal for the Atlantic team. And I think that might have been Matt, who has both the goals in this game, Matt the Cool Cat.
That's why he went number 1.
Who's streaming this game, anyways?
Oh yeah.
Well, we've got Corey. We're watching his feed right now.
Oh, okay, sure.
And I think 4H Pest or Cattywampus is also streaming as well.
Oh, that's who that is. Okay.
Yeah,
I saw his name on LG and I was so confused. But
I didn't know who he was either.
Yeah, we've got both. We've got both.
Everybody knew him. But...
We got both their streams running just in case there's an issue. So.
Awesome.
But Pest is on defense, so we might get to see more of the play that way. Actually, so is Corey. They're both defensemen are streaming. Corey trying to control.
someone in the chat saying that Newfoundland is superior to all. I don't agree with that. Newfoundland
Super
seems
what?
Look at the YouTube chat.
Taylor
I don't know.
Hall,
Yeah, he says Newfoundland overall. So
Yeah, over.
Greater than,
That's the
yes.
word I was.
yeah, greater than.
Do you
I don't
guys say-
agree with that.
Do you guys say over? Is that a Canadian thing? Because it's great.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm TSibs. I don't know what's up.
Yeah,
I've been to parts of Canada. I've never been to Newfoundland, so I don't know.
It's just
How
pretty
bad it
small
is.
here. It's like,
I don't know if it's as bad as people say it is. Oh, good pass.
they got a
over
lot
there.
of scenery. Like it's beautiful here, really. Like the scenery and stuff. It's just like not a lot of people live here, and it's pretty much just a bunch of like,
Yeah, when
fishermen and hunters and
yeah,
all
when
that
people say
shit.
when people say there's a lot of great scenery, it means that there's very few people living there.
yeah,
yeah, and not much to do.
NHL might be
Why-
the highlight of
what-
Cornick's.
Why does everybody know me as a drunk? Like, it's gonna make sense.
We didn't talk
Late
about
night
that.
Snapchats, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, but not everybody has me on Snapchat. It's
True,
only the
true.
I'm
Okay.
leaking your
Fair
pictures.
enough.
I have an LG group leaking your pictures.
I'll go into Quebec City soon. Going to visit Patriot.
Oh, can I come too?
Dodger.
Cuda retreat, man.
Yeah, Pasta can come too.
Yeah, Pasta's not far.
Yeah.
ACAP would come if he didn't broke his femur.
Did he really break his femur?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was playing rugby, and it did not end well.
Oh,
He's on
gee.
crutches
That's
and
not good.
everything. Yeah.
I think I saw him back in the shout box recently, but it had been a long time. I was wondering why.
Yeah, no, he usually comes to the showbox. I mean, the last time he got banned actually because when he was on the Blues, he got traded, and then he didn't want to play for his new team, so he got banned.
Oh, nice.
So he's recently in the showbox trying to get people to rally support to like unban him, and it worked after Alonzi made a diss track on the box. Yeah, so after that he got unbanned.
John Kenny putting the Pacific team on the board, and again with another goal. And so now tied up at 2. John Kenny with his second of the game. So 2 for him, and I think 2 for Matt on the other side. Second period about ready to finish. Trying to look at some other guys up in the NHL who were in the AHL for a while, and here we go with another fight. Like some guys that we had seen in the AHL for a while, maybe haven't seen in a couple of seasons. Who are some of the other guys you guys can think of now who are still up in the AHL now?
Yeah, another member of the St.
Pasta
Louis
user.
Barracuda, Mr. Zigglenuts. He was on the Blues this season. Had a pretty good rookie season.
Zigglenuts, or he was Riverdale Stomp to begin with, right?
No, that was someone else.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay.
He was on the Barracuda season 5 and 6,
Okay.
and then
Barracuda choker.
yeah, exactly.
Who lost to Brian 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah,
Heartbreaker.
Yeah.
But we
hate
said it when it happened. I think Brian, you and I talked about it the other day. Splitting against that line the first 2 games, I think most of us felt like it was over at that point.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
key, man. Are you talking about the Cuda series? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was when I think Nazi played you guys twice, right? The Nazi line. When
Yeah.
they got that one,
Yeah.
I think it was a 5-1 win, too. Like, oh, no, it was a 2-1 win, and then you guys beat them 5-1, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really important because it took you guys out of the series till Game 7 at least. So we knew they didn't have a good second or third line, so we knew we were in the driver's seat
And
after that.
Oh,
yeah. The
well,
second line was.
what is frustrating is
I
people-
blame JCap because my centerman for those 2 games was just horrendous.
Yeah, I can't believe
Wasn't
we
it me?
didn't play right wing.
Was it me?
Should have
Was
played
it?
center. He was a brutal right wing.
Tell them wraps and toe drags don't work in the finals, man.
No. CHL, it worked.
So you're blaming
And then
St.
there's
Treat, is
Patriot
that the
doing
case?
like,
You're saying it's all Patriots' fault. And yet he's up in the NHL now.
Kornick is sitting on the Xbox and just on 2 and up, and you need to do all the work. Like, come on, Kornick.
Yeah, that makes you a bad centerman then if you can't pass me the puck.
He used to be able to dish it in the CHL. What people don't know is Patriot and I started LG together in Hamilton season 4.
Yeah.
And he showed me all the toe drags and raps he did. And I'm like, look at this Quebecer. He's just the best, man. Then he went up to the NHL and he had to meet some defense. And I'm just messing with you. I love you, buddy.
CJ scoring for the Pacific, putting them up now 3-2.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. I'm looking at the rosters. I'm trying to find people who played in the AHL last season, and it's mostly the Barracuda people that I see, like Jay Beal on the
I know from Pittsburgh, ACK Stoner Boy.
Yeah, he's right. I think he's like 5-0 in the playoffs. He's been huge for them.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Ducks, you had an awesome season up there.
Yeah, not too bad.
25 dubs.
23, 3-1. Yeah, in my past like 50 LG games, I think I went 43, 4-1, I think, or something like that. So. And
you're on like one of the best contracts ever, I've heard.
Yeah, $500K for 3 seasons. That's what happens when you get banned and then change your name 5 times.
What if you didn't cheat in season 6?
Wow. Yeah, we should make a 30 for 30 series again for that.
Oh my God.
Jake Kenny with another goal.
In the bar.
Jake Kenny with another goal, putting the Pacific team up now 4-2, as you see.
Oh, beautiful.
We've got Patriot of Canada, Ducks fan, as you know, started the broadcast with me. Cornect, Brian Adores Liz, all here. We're all enjoying the game and talking a lot of crap. But that's okay.
Means we like each other.
It's all part of the.
It's a good thing.
I'll make sure I'm sharing a game with you guys.
There we go.
And so the hat trick for John Kenny. Another opportunity in front, and CJ with the.
Now this is what I was expecting when I saw the All-Star game. Lots of goals.
Right.
How sweaty were you in your first game there, Brian and Corn?
For the All-Star game?
Yeah.
We were just having fun, man.
Were you grinding? Okay. Sure. Nice.
Yeah, we were just having a blast.
Fun too. Yep. Yeah, just enjoying ourselves.
Philly's one, like I said, he just was aiming for. He was a headhunter out there.
I'm surprised Bird didn't do the same thing. I know when I play VG with him, he's usually the first one to just crash into everybody. Yeah.
Boy, so he likes to hit.
Yeah.
Matt now with the hat trick with that last goal, so he's got all 3 for the Atlantic team. Hat trick on the other side for John Kenny and 2 for CJ. That makes it the 5-3 score. You see now, about halfway through the third period, and we'll have a game 3 after this, I think, if we have enough players.
How's it looking over there, Brian? Can you scrap together enough people?
Sorry, what are we looking at? I'm trying to make sure this line is ready for game 3.
Yeah, that's what he's asking.
The assistant captain, the assistant captain here is taking care of it all.
Oh, is he? Is Deal doing it all?
Good one. Deal's job.
What are you trying to say? Deal isn't doing anything? That's hard to
The leading vote getter?
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, second.
He gets to tell everyone what to do when you've earned that.
Wow.
So sorry, what was the question, Ducks?
Oh, do you have your?
Oh, no, I was just asking if you had enough people for the next game. So,
our guys are pretty good.
I think it's more whether or not Corn's got enough players left to play the third game.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to be like kind of the same lineup.
That's okay.
That's fine.
A lot of guys just bailed at me.
I can step in.
I'm a BG game now, so that's why I didn't play the second one.
Cool.
By the way, anybody who was named on the All-Star team and then didn't play, you can say goodbye to your stickers on the LG site, because that's not going to happen.
Yeah, you got to play the game.
You got to play the games.
Legit excuses though, like some guys have work and stuff. And I understand that, but like.
Oh, nice breakaway and another goal from Matt. Good break. Beats Babata to the left side.
Hang in there, Babata. Ben, don't break.
Request in the shout box. They told me to go Rampage GM next season from Picture Sway.
I might be able to set that up. But yeah, I don't know. Agent seems to like a doer and coacher, and it's hard not to like them when they go to the conference finals.
Sure.
So you might have to fight him for that spot.
Deal's talking some trash in the Discord, Sibs. He's listening.
Deal, I thought you were the assistant. You're trying to say you're in charge? Because it seems like Brian's in charge. I could be wrong.
Did you see that one goal go in on him in the first game? It reminded me of the Rampage one where they just shot it like 30 seconds in. Just hit the glove and bounced over the goalie.
Yeah, that's we've seen that happen in the playoffs, sadly enough, and it's another one of those fun goals that is just absolute bullshit in this game, quite honestly.
Goes both ways, though, right? So you got to use it to your advantage.
No, I get it. I get it. I'm sorry. I'm just such a damn purist that I hate seeing any kind of a glitch. Yeah, of course, it's against goaltenders. I get it. Yeah, I'm a little more biased than typical, but we have enough of you guys. You know, guys like Patriot have made a career on glitching, so I want to see that stop eventually.
I can confirm.
Well, to be honest, there's not much of an NHL career right now, so.
Hey, Patriot, your new name is Glitcher of Canada.
Oh, yeah. And I'm coming back to AHL. Can you stop?
I think I might be able to find a spot for you.
Yeah.
on my TC. But...
Cornet's already.
Bid him up just to send him down.
I was hearing the rumors that Corn was going to take a CHL team. So
there was rumors we all were. All the Kudas were going to change positions and dominate the CHL.
I mean, once he gets done not winning this one, he might want to drop down one.
No, don't do me like
maybe
that.
ECU for the Moose to get the ring in that way.
Yeah, ECU. That would be pretty funny if that's how he won one.
No, I'm not doing the whole CHL thing. I haven't played a game of CHL. I came in season 1, so I'm not doing that.
Some good chances late in the game there, but a 5-4 final in favor of the Pacific All-Stars. John Kenny with a hat trick, CJ with a pair. Good play in the end by Babata, but good. That's the kind of all-star game you're looking for. A lot of scoring here.
Yeah, pretty entertaining.
Matt the Cool Cat showing everybody why he's so elite. Great player.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Very good.
Now, Matt had 4 goals. My fault. I didn't realize he had all 4.
Patriot, weren't you an all-star last season too in the NHL?
Yes, I was. You think I'm that bad? What are you?
No, I couldn't remember who it was, and I know all
coming from the guy that's around since season 1 and still in the
my
AHL?
last move as GM was nominating Patriot and Cornack. That was a mistake.
Nominating Patriot for sure. I mean, I'm back to back with them, and I mean, Patriot just had a 9-14 record in the NHL, so I don't know.
So what? I had the same record in the CHL.
It's because he can't break out of the zone, or
yeah.
There's a number of reasons, but I won't get into them too much.
Is this true anti-Patriot or what? What's happening? I feel like I'm getting...
This is not happening.
Well, we're going to wait for the next game to start streaming. In the meantime, until that happens, we'll continue to talk with the crew that we have here now. And I don't know how much Ducks and Patriot you've been watching or paying attention to anything that's going on in the AHL, but we've had some pretty good playoffs, and what's been really interesting in my mind is that even the conference finals were really good matchups. Sometimes you need to get. I'm sorry, not the conference finals. The division finals were really good matchups, even when there were still 8 teams left. Every one of them, and that's not always the case in past seasons where you've got good matchups in the division finals where they're all relatively close games. Hershey losing in 5 to Springfield, but Cornick can tell you, those were all close games for them going overtime. So it seems like the level of play everywhere in the AHL has gotten better. Do you guys see that in the NHL too, or just because we've had enough seasons where enough guys have shown that they belong up there? How do you think the level of talent is? Maybe you can't compare it to past seasons, but do you see it as the highest quality you've seen so far this past season in the NHL?
I think it's a lot worse. Back when I was in the NHL for my legendary season 3 run with the Calgary Flames, that was back when all the big guns were in the NHL, like PTP and a bunch of guys who've moved on to Xbox NHL, but. There's definitely a lot more parity in the NHL than there was back then, but I feel like the level of talent's gone down.
Wow, that's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that absolutely was the case. I would have thought that maybe it gotten better. Now, obviously, a season or two, there was an influx of AHL players. We started seeing more of that happen. You think that's part of the reason why?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Still waiting for this game to start up. It's the guys are getting together, and hopefully we'll
What's up, boys? Thanks for showing up.
See something here.
It's actually been a little easier than I thought it would be.
Oh,
nice when everyone just shows up.
Live listen to Brian's party.
Brian pep talk.
Speech.
Who's the goalie for this game? I forget.
Patriot hopping.
Okay. Yeah. I'm coming.
TSibs, you didn't get an All-Star nomination? Or you should be here.
I got a nomination from my team, but I wasn't drafted. We did a draft. So I wanted to cover these games, but let's be honest, there are a lot better goaltenders who could be picked than me.
I don't know. Well, looking at your numbers, you didn't do too bad.
Well, I was doing great on the Marlies, and then I got traded, and that was it. I got.
To Texas.
Yeah, I got traded to Texas, and thought that was going to be a pretty good move, but it just
between periods, just so Sibs has something to talk.
Just
and then
just
when the game's over, put the player stat up 30 seconds. He'll read off your goals and everything for everybody and whatnot. Awesome. Pin is 11122.
Okay, well, we won't tell them what the pin is there.
Pick the Pacific Western.
have a bunch of NHLers search with that pin and just destroy.
Cornick thinks I read off everyone's goals just because he scores most of the time.
Oh, okay. As long as you guys talking to him.
Did you see his season 6 stats? Unbelievable.
In the room?
70 goals and 30 assists. And his assists were shots off the back of players. Yeah. I can't believe this guy.
Okay, sweet.
Like I said earlier, I can't pass, I can't stick handle, I do one thing.
He doesn't have an R2. He broke it in season 4.
You know what's actually hilarious is
I have a lot of guys on my team. They'll go into a game and their auto back skates on and shit. I don't get why that keeps happening to people.
Is he talking to us?
Yeah.
I can't tell. Oh, he's not.
He's not in the party. Did you say he was in the room yet or no?
Wait. Brian, how do we kick people? Mute.
Start a new room. That would be the best way to do it.
Okay, you can send. Yeah, go ahead and start it up, boys.
I don't know.
I think he should be joining back, though, once he gets his guys ready.
And we're still waiting for... I think we have... I think we have Fire Holland providing a stream for us, so we'll get a chance to look at that here.
Okay, good luck, guys.
He's searching.
Thanks a lot for showing up again, too.
I'm not even talking to my guys. Brian is the elite GM.
Yeah. Taking control. I'm pretty sure your mic is muted, by the way, so you might want to...
My mic?
I think so. Oh, no, you're good.
No, I'm not muted.
That's cool.
We thank Fire Holland for.
Oh, are you? What's your stream? In case, can you type it in the Discord?
Who are you talking to?
This is so confusing.
Kornick and Brian like to multitask. They like to talk to 5 different people at once.
You guys are picking Pacific All-Stars.
Yeah, you talked earlier about good division finals.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that the Wild and the Moose were against each other, and that made me think of like the Jets and the Preds in real life. It's a final before the time, 2 rounds before the time. Kind of stinks that they got to meet in the second round, because these 2 teams were really, really good teams.
Yeah, didn't they first finish? Or yeah, they finished first and second in the whole league, and they play each other in the second round.
In the second round.
Yeah, I remember when you had Brody on Sibs. I actually wanted to ask him that question. I know they like to try to keep the format the same as in real life, but I would love to just see reseeding every round. That way, you make sure the best teams possibly make it to the end.
Or just 1 to 8, like.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. 1 to 8, reseed. Don't have these divisions and stuff like.
Right.
I know it is what it is, and some years you're gonna have that'll never happen. Some years it does, but you just like to see the third round always be the best of the best. Like I feel like this season we got a really good third round on both sides.
But you had a good second round as well with the Wild.
Right.
The win was good. Yeah, the opponent was hard.
It seems like that always happens though in the Central. Like the Central is always tough.
Well, that was. I mean, look, you had the top 3 teams in the league were in that division. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, that's. I understand the reseeding. I think that probably is a good idea. But you guys would have matched up against each other somewhere along the way. You know, the top 3.
Yeah, I agree. I just think I think from an entertainment perspective, like you want that in the West Final, that series, you know. So you try to make sure you can guarantee that.
That's why I always feel bad for the Chicago Wolves. Like they gone up against the Moose twice now in the past 2 seasons in the first round. Like that sucks for them.
We were Rockford last season. I don't know. Okay. I forget season.
They played the Admirals in season 6.
That's right. Silky and Wolf's team.
Got bounced. Yeah.
Yeah, they've had great teams the last 3. Even Philly says that. He just jokes. Yeah. Because I can't get out of the first round.
Yeah, if they stuck in Toronto, like where Mies the Dawn and Philly, like where they first started, like they'd probably be in the finals for the past 2 seasons. But yeah.
I gotta take off, guys. Try having me on the show.
All right.
Thanks, Corn.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Have a good one, boys. Bye, Patriot.
See you, Corn.
See you, boys.
And so the game is underway now. We are taking a look at.
Wow, what a glove save!
Either feed's got the play-by-play going, so we'll just we'll watch Seb QC. Let's watch a French feed so you can look at all the.
Can you translate the Patriot?
Yes, I will.
What does 1 RE mean?
I wonder if Ray Ferraro speaks in French.
No, he doesn't. No, it's an English call. You know, that would be an interesting thing if you're a French feed that you get a French play-by-play call.
Pierre Maguire. Bilingual. You should have got him.
Oh, he'd be perfect.
I know.
I'm not sure he speaks English. That's questionable.
Patriot, can you give us some play-by-play?
In French?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know French well.
Just do the.
He lives in Pittsburgh now, so he's losing his French.
Scores, just do that. He shoots, he scores.
Now he's getting embarrassed.
Allez-vous?
Yeah. Il tire le but.
That's right. Do it with some enthusiasm, too.
Oh.
I'm on about a 10-second
I don't
delay
have
over
enthusiasm.
Here, so it won't match the play I'm watching, but it'll be fun to hear.
But I don't have the stream. I'm watching it off YouTube, so I'm double delayed.
You can watch what I'm sharing here in Discord.
Discord.
If you just yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Show me.
Oh no. Cancel. There we are.
Just go to the video call and it should be there.
Yeah, I know that. I know it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
I love getting help from people when it comes to technology. Awesome.
Some good play here by the Metro team.
And there's another.
Matt has had a couple of opportunities, now back the other way. Mino, you've got Mino, Rollerback, and Fire Holland up front. On the side for Pacific, Full Throttle and QC, MC Seb on defense. And Westside Hockey in net tonight for this team, for the Pacific team. Metro team has got Filthy Puck again with Matt the Cool Cat. And Perfect Skills making his first appearance in the All-Star Games. MGML, John Bond on defense, and Dr. Nasty back in net.
In their own end.
Which one is MG? In the gray or? Yeah,
MG is in the gray, yeah. He's playing left defense.
I see. There he is. Come on,
Great
MG.
guy.
What a guy. I
Is he the one
love
with
him.
the pink skates?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, MG. MG was doing the show with me a couple of seasons back.
It's a face-off win.
Didn't come back on the moves for season 5, and that wound up being a bit of an issue. That's a whole nother story there.
Yeah.
And MG's a really good guy. I was really sad to see him not play. Nice glove save there
Very
by
nice.
Dr. Nasty.
Incroyable.
Moving the puck in neutral ice.
Oh, your French sucks.
Brian, if you have to give Dr. Nasty a percentage of credit on the success of your team, how much do you think he is responsible for it?
There, so no complete pass.
He's a big part of it. 75%.
Wow, that is
He's
a
big
lot.
part. I'm telling you.
So you're saying without Nasty, the Moose would be terrible?
Great save at the end.
Like 75% is a large portion.
And we get a
Okay, 73.
That works.
So what you're saying
There's
is
some.
Bert's not that important. That's what I'm hearing.
power play night.
I could find another center. Nazi would fit in. No problem. I'm just kidding,
Find
Bert.
another center.
Kidding.
I'm available.
Listening to this at the gym right now, he's probably just like wanting to like crush my head.
Patriots not bad.
With your
You can't
with
play.
his thighs.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
come play for you. I need a calder because
I played with Patriot. I told you that. We were the line in Hamilton there. But in all seriousness, no, like Dr. Nasty, there's just something about playing in front of a goalie that you know doesn't let anything leak soft. Like, there's a confidence you play with. He just seems to save everything. Even tough cross creases, he's reading it, the play before it even happens. The kid's got the vision. Great vision on the ice.
Metropolitan All-Star.
And the results, I mean,
Up the wing.
I'm not surprised how good he's doing. I mean, obviously when you have really good defense too, like the Moose have some really good defensemen playing in front of him, and we play defensive, so that helps, but he makes the tough saves, and that's all we want him to do.
He's made a few in this game, and yeah, he is, like you said, for a goaltender, if your anticipation of a play is really good, I mean, that's how good of a goaltender you're going to be. And if that concentration is there every night, like it seems to be with him, that's a guy who can make, again, I'm biased because I play the position, but I feel like goaltender is so important, and the only way you're going to win a cup for the most part, you gotta have that star goaltender. I feel like that's been important in basically every Calder that we've seen so far.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's the most important position on a team. Goaltending. I mean, a forward makes a mistake or a defenseman makes a mistake, it just shows up in the turnover column. If a goalie makes a mistake, it's in the goal scoring column.
Right.
It's a goal against. And there's pressure on goalies. You let a goal in. I used to play goalie like back in 14 or whatever, and yeah.
I want to see you play goalie.
It was fun, man. I don't like the way it's changed. It's changed now. It's just the movements and everything. I'm not good at it. Nasty, he's really quiet in the net. Not a lot of sliding. Mm-hmm. Does a great job with that. And I know what it's like being a goalie, like I said, and you too, Sibs. Like, you let in a goal, sometimes you feel like, oh, I should have had that. I let the team down. And it can get to you, man. Especially in these games that are game 6, game 7. Like, every goal that goes in, you're sitting there going, oh my God, I got to stop everything going forward now. There's pressure on goalies every shot.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It is a tough position to play.
You get to overtime, and it is white knuckle time on the controller.
Because you know they're just throwing anything at you.
Well, that's to me. And here's a breakaway out. Good save again, Nasty on that one.
He reads the short side so great.
Yeah, he had Mino there coming in on him and made a nice play. Yeah, it is of huge importance to have a goaltender who can not feel like they're about ready to lose a game as opposed to about ready to make a big save in overtime.
Yeah, that clinching game he had, he was unbelievable in it. Especially when San Antonio, they had to score, right? So they really started bringing it the last minute of that period. You saw he made some really tough saves. And he's very quiet in that, like I said. So a lot of goalies start sliding everywhere when the puck's bouncing left or right. Not him, man. He's calm.
It's no surprise they've been pounding away with the shots.
He's gonna love that I'm pumping his tires right now too.
Neutral zone face-off. You win that, and you don't have to chase. They chase you.
Pacific on the board first in this one.
And it's on his stick. 9 seconds. Through the corner now. Takes it right back. Holds in the corner.
Patriot, what's the plans for you next season, buddy? Are you a free agent?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. St. Louis could. They're gonna go after you. Nice goal.
Oh, I don't want to go with them. They're renowned as chokers.
They're not chokers. They lost to a good team. Wow. Everybody.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, me neither.
Pastor agrees. He'll agree with me.
Oh, Pastor agrees with anyone, though.
Does he? Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Stockton guys, had a good season 4, but haven't done a whole heck of a lot since.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they choked again in the playoffs this season with the St. Louis Blues. We lost our first game, and then the second game, it was just Pasta in it, but he did not have a good outcome. I think he lost both games for us. So, yeah, definitely keeping that narrative that they're choking.
Backwoods with a goal here to make it 3-0 for the Pacific. Mino has the other 2 goals, the first 2 in this game.
Position, and we look at the opposition bench and do not.
Sorry.
Yeah, it just every time I go into a shot box in the NHL, it just seems so cutthroat. It's pretty brutal sometimes in there.
Yeah, the shot box changes you. Like I know a week ago I came and I know to me, but I was acting a bit harsh. But like in the NHL show box, you have to act that way just to survive. So it's brutal up there.
Matt the Cool Cat with the first goal for the Metro team. He has another goal in this one. He's had a good all-star series here.
I sometimes like to call it the sandbox because I feel like it's just children playing in it all day.
Oh yeah. Well, I've made the point that I think the shout box may be the worst thing about LG, just because it gives too many people.
It's also the best thing about it, though.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's a lot of good comedy in there, not necessarily meant to be comedy, but.
Gains the blue line.
There's a lot of stupidity, but again, I'm not 26. I'm 52, so it's to me everyone's a fucking
get out of town.
Jackass.
I thought you were 35.
Oh God, no. No, I'm old, man. I'm one of the older guys in the league.
I know. I'm just kidding.
I only look 35. You know, the fat fills out all the wrinkles, so it helps.
Fat keeps you warm in the winter. It's all good.
Oh God.
Generate something up the wing.
I wear shorts most of the season anyway, so it doesn't matter to me.
Oh, he's one of those shorts people. Yeah.
I may need to move to Canada. It's a little chillier up there. Might fit me better.
The Metropolitan All-Stars.
It's nice up here.
In the defensive zone.
Oh yeah.
It's nice down here. I'm on vacation.
Patriot, what does that comma mean between the second and the? What is that? Why is there a comma there on the? It's 3,4 instead of 3.4.
Headed to the penalty box.
Where?
Why do you guys do that?
3.4 on the clock, yeah.
Yeah. because it's like that.
Oh, that's why.
That's how it is in QC.
More to go.
Yeah.
A well-deserved
Are your stop signs green there too? Like, what's going on?
They live by a different code of rules there up in the QC.
Eric.
No, we don't. Actually, you guys in the US of A.
I hear if you find out if anybody is from America, you immediately arrest them and then beat them for at least 3 days. Is that true?
You guys? I don't know. I don't even.
I don't know.
I don't.
He said that like he knew.
Patriot's a nice kid. He wouldn't do that.
No. No, I wouldn't. I don't know what we're talking about. I didn't get it. Hi. Hi.
He was basically saying people in Montreal are mean to Americans.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not from Montreal. And Montreal.
I like Montreal.
Is the.
I do like Montreal.
Is the. You know when people are from huge, great towns like cities. That's how. Yeah, they're different. I'm from the countryside, baby.
Oh.
Okay.
We're nice.
Than everyone else.
We're nice here.
I wish I could remember who. I had a friend of mine, and we went to go stay with some relatives of his up in the outskirts of Montreal, and they used to make their own wine, and they used to cure their own meats, which was and so we got drunk and ate a lot. It was fun. If you drank that wine straight, you would see dead relatives. It was really strong stuff.
I wish I could taste it.
I stuck a couple of bottles across the border when I came back.
Nice move there. Good jab with the stick there.
But yeah, I've been to Montreal a couple of times. I've done some games at the old Olympic Stadium.
I'm from Quebec City though.
Oh, okay. See, that's a whole.
We need the Nordiques.
Yeah. Are they going to try and get the Nordiques back there someday, or have they given up?
They're trying since like 10 years.
Ever since they lost.
Yeah.
Maybe if the uniforms didn't look like pajamas, they might be taken seriously.
What do you think they get first? The Expos back or Nordiques?
Probably the Expos
first. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen either.
Yeah.
I've seen a few games. I've seen a few Expo games up there.
Let's face it, there's not enough money in Quebec City.
Yeah.
I liked the Olympic Stadium. I thought it was a pretty cool little stadium.
Yeah, but it's in Montreal.
Yeah.
We need a team in Quebec City.
You're not going to get a baseball team there. I can tell you that right now.
Oh,
no.
And Quebec City? No. Okay.
Nobody wants to play the beginning of the season in 10-degree weather. That's not going to happen.
I don't even understand why people go to I went once to see the Red Sox, and wow, they really sucks.
Oh, okay.
No, the game of baseball. The game of baseball is boring, I find. Not a lot of stuff happening.
A nice pass over to Matt the Cool Cat.
Look at the chemistry between those two players.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, this you won't see that in baseball.
Matt and Filthy and Skills there. That is a hell of a line for that team. And if you saw Perfect Skills in that Game 7 between San Antonio and the Reign, he was basically their offense.
Yeah.
And it's a pleasure to bring in the third voice on our crew. Ringside, here's Ray Ferraro.
We'll look back through the 3 goals.
He never ECU'd for the Blues, though. I'm surprised we didn't get the chance to use him, because, like, looking at his stats this season, like, they're pretty crazy. For especially for being like a little unknown too. I think he only had like a $500K contract for the season, so.
Tremendous save.
Good one-timer opportunity there for Mino, but he couldn't connect. Good save by Dr. Nasty. Yeah, I mean, I think the entire Rampage team in the league kind of went unnoticed. They're a good team, but they're not flashy. They don't do a lot of big things that are noticeable, and I think they kind of flew under the radar for a while. And And even though the rain played them more often than everybody else, they had a lot of trouble with them.
They started off the season like really, really bad too. I know they made a bunch of trades after like the second week. I think they had like 4 wins through the first 2 weeks, and then just shuffled up the roster, and it made a huge difference.
Yeah, I won't lie to you. I took them pretty lightly. I thought we'd take them out in 5 games in the 3rd round there, and after my line lost that game, it was a wake-up call. I was like, oh, okay, these guys can play. Better start taking them serious.
Picks it up back there.
But they must have turned over their roster, like you said, and acquired some really good players.
Yeah.
Credit to the managers for finding them.
Yeah, I mean that's
or making those moves.
You know, you see a lot of teams turn their squad over completely, and that doesn't normally translate into suddenly a winning season in the playoffs. It tends to really upheave the team for several weeks until everybody gets used to everyone else.
I think they kept the same core though, because I know from St. Louis down 5 first-round draft picks, I think, for them, and they kept those guys like together for the most part. So they're just like interchanging the spare parts, I guess, and they found people that stepped in and just worked wonders for them.
He was in too tight on the goaltender.
Nasty's made some good saves here in net in the 3rd period, getting down to about 5 minutes left to go, tied at 3. We may get an overtime game if we don't get another goal soon.
Would be nice. Nice little ending to a best of 3. Bragging rights on the line.
I really wasn't keeping score in the first 2. Do we have a split?
Yeah, I think
the Metro won
the first game 3-2. Yeah, we lost 3-2 the first game. Then West won 5-4, I think, that second game.
Right. Yeah, so
at least they've all been close. Yeah, they've been good games. Good games, good people on the show. It's been a good night so far.
Hayes has been.
And we thank every player who wound up playing tonight for being there and being able to help us pull this game off.
Absolutely. Everybody on the West team, thank you so much for showing up. Actually, they were really good and communicated with me in the Discord all week and even today, and none of them were late today. I let them know this is when I want you in the dressing room, and they all got together, and thank you. And to Dealmaker, thank you for giving me the responsibility of taking care of everything. I thrived at it, so thanks, bud.
You make a hell of a
we heard you getting the guys together before the game. We heard your party chat.
Oh, could you?
Yeah.
Deal's going to make a very good business executive one day. He knows how to push off work to everyone else.
Yes. You do this, you do that. You make sure you put on the bottom, it was done by me.
That sounds like him.
You can do twice. Let's see if that applies to this particular.
1 minute left to go, but there is a power play for the Metropolitan team. They'll have a chance here, and in the overtime if needed, to get one on the board with an extra man. Good shot from the point. Good cover by Westside. MG got one off there. Westside was able to see it. Good lane for him to be able to pick that puck up.
If MG scores, I swear to God.
I want to hear a LeBoo.
Hey, LeBoo.
Good intercept.
Now a break.
No.
Yep.
Oh,
Actually,
no.
a break coming the other way with Fire Holland. He gets tripped up. And this may be a penalty shot. And we'll get to see one in the All-Star game.
Shot.
Wow, here we go.
All the marbles. He
Fire
has to do the Dasu.
Skates. We got ourselves a
One and what is
cannot score. Goes for the slapper, but Nasty.
Dr. Nasty stacks the top.
Who was that? The player.
That was Fire Holland at center with the penalty shot.
Learn how to dig.
I think Phillies is going to trash talk him. He'll take care of it.
All right.
The Wolves teammates will rip him for that.
I'll shut my mouth.
13 left to go.
They were waiting for overtime.
Fire gets one in front. Can't find Mino. Mino picks it up, trying to deke around. Met with 3 players. Back to the point and swing and a miss for MC Seb. He tried.
And we come out flat even. Saw this coming.
So 3-3 overtime now. 15 shots for Pacific, as you see. 10 for the Metro. Time on attack pretty close.
All right, prediction time. Who's going to score the golden goal?
I would say Matt the Cool Cat.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm thinking it's Dr. Nasty. He's gonna rip one down the ice and just talk it. I feel.
If that happened to West Side, he'd be beside himself. I think he would quit the league. If he got scored on by Nasty, he would leave immediately.
I'll go with Fire Holland. He can redeem himself.
Yeah. So again, another 55 seconds of overtime power play for the Metro team.
Shot fly. He takes that one right ahead.
Now Mino back the other way. He's got Fire trailing. Couldn't get to him, though. Puck out again. And the Pacific team
Gets across, looks over his
about to kill the penalty.
Pacific All-Stars kill off.
Shot is blocked from Fire Holland. Now back the other way. Come the Metro
Defense.
team.
Nice. Nice save.
Shoots one.
Throttle had one deflected. Nice glove save by Westside.
He took it away. Face-off win here.
Back to the point, MG. Can't connect on the shot attempt.
The Metropolitan All-Stars.
Come on, MG.
Gets in, and he'll look over his options. The pass is off the mark.
Oh,
And
there you go.
good shot. Nice
There it is.
pickup, and that was perfect skills on the right side with the game winner.
Can you translate the top left for us, Patriot?
Top left, top left. Resume joueur. It's player summary.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, wow.
You're not into the accent thing, hey? On the letters, the little thing.
Hat trick for Matt the Cool Cat, as you see. A goal and 3 assists, the game winner for perfect skills. 2 goals for Mino on the other side for the Pacific team. So, yet again, another fun game. And the Metropolitan team, which is your team, right, Brian?
No, that's AKA Eastern Conference.
It's the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
Winning this one. And for all the work that Cornick did to help get a team together tonight, I think he deserves some credit for being able to do that. And we thank Seb for providing the feed for us tonight for that game. And we move on here with again another fun All-Star night. A couple of games that were actually all 3 of them were 1-goal games, and the last one in overtime. And getting a chance to talk to all you guys, especially Ducks and Patriot, who have been playing up in the NHL. Glad to get a chance to talk to you guys tonight, and thanks for joining us. I appreciate you guys being on and letting us know what's going on. We kind of, we miss a lot of the guys that we played with in the first couple of seasons in the AHL, and good to see you guys doing well up there, and glad to talk to you once again.
Yeah, happy to help. If you need any help for the next season, feel free to hit me up.
Glad to be there. Thanks for the invite.
All right. Brian, any final words about this whole All-Star thing? I mean, you guys, with the help of Siege and the Real Teal and Toffoli, who helped out as well, and of course you and Deal on one side, Cornect and Fish on the other side, did a lot of work to get this together, to get these games together, and get some recognition for the boys out there.
Yeah, I'm thankful everyone showed up again, and that's Siege and Real Teal and Toffoli. Yeah, thank you again for setting it up, and I'm just glad we got all 3 games in a proper time frame tonight. And they were good games, which makes it even better.
Absolutely. Again, 3-game series, best of 3, won by the Metropolitan team 2-1 in this one, an overtime game at the end, which was nice to see. Nice to see it end that way tonight. For the All-Star game. Again, thanks to everyone else for playing, for tuning in tonight, and for you guys for managing. We'll talk to Brian and everybody else about the series coming up this week on Sunday, starting with the AHL PSN this week's show, and then we will get into live games Sunday night. It will be the Moose and the T-Birds facing off in the Calder Cup Finals. Again, All-Star night, a success. Metropolitan beats the Pacific 2-1. And we were glad to be able to bring you the All-Star Series here on LeagueGaming.com and the YouTube channel. TSibs saying so long. We will talk to you on Sunday.